Hello and welcome to Oromia Broadcasting Network English News Time. I'm Ulkabondamo. Stay with us. Ethiopian Foreign Minister meets with Egyptian President. Ethiopia is willing to both ties to resume dam talks with Egypt. Fikadu Brano presents.
Ethiopia's Minister of Foreign Affairs Geddu Andargacho held talks with President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi of Egypt in Cairo. During the talks, the two sides exchanged views on bilateral relations, common regional and international issues. Egyptian President Abdel Fattah al-Sisi expressed Ethiopia's keenness on boosting bilateral relations with Egypt and resuming negotiations over its under construction dam on their shared Nile River. Geddu Andargacho conveyed a message to Sisi from Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed, stressing his country's great interest in boosting all aspects of bilateral relations and enhancing friendship ties with Egypt. The Egyptian presidency said in a statement. The Ethiopian Prime Minister asserted in the message the importance of close coordination between Ethiopia and Egypt to achieve stability in Africa and the region, including supporting the Sudanese people to overcome the current challenges. Ahmed also stressed his keenness on resuming tripartite talks between Ethiopia, Egypt and Sudan to reach an agreement on the rules of filling and operating the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam. Upstreaming Nile Basin country Ethiopia and downstream Sudan massive benefits from the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam construction, while downstream Egypt is concerned it may affect its 55.5 billion cubic meter annual share of the Nile River water. In March 2015, the leaders of the three countries signed an initial cooperation deal on the principles of sharing the river water and the construction of the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam, which will be Africa's largest dam upon completion. While in Egypt, Geddu visited the Ethiopian embassy and planted some trees as part of the national campaign to plant 4 billion trees.
The Oromia Regional State Government says tree seedling plantation campaign being carried out across the country was emerged from the Oromo Gada system. The region, in a statement, called upon the people of the region to take part in the campaign. Olmabain explains.
Some elders of Borana zone said that the reform that has been registered in the country in general and in Oromia Regional State in particular is highly remarkable and should be strengthened and sustained to be transformed to true democracy that people demand. I've seen many regimes in my life, including Menelik II. Haven't seen who had ruled the country. They noted that the change has brought many intellectuals to their homeland, adding that many were also released from prison. Now Oromo has got its value that had been lost for centuries. Many of our questions are being answered. The elders pointed out that the change benefits not only Oromo people but also the entire citizens of the country. Meanwhile, residents of Guji Zone witnessed that people-to-people relation is strengthened after the reform has taken place in the country. Especially, Oromia is a good example in this regard. Oromia has exemplary relations with other nations, nationalities and peoples of the country. It can even be a best example for others. If what was started is sustained, there will be a bright future ahead of us. It will be realized if it is strengthened and worked. The residents underscored that the government should work hard to forward and transform the change in a short period of time.
Ethiopian artists are ready to plant seedlings on July 29, 2019 national-wide Grid Legacy. The artists will plant across the zones of the region.
Coordinator of Ethiopian artists, Theodros Teshome, told INA that more than 300 artists will take part on the upcoming July 29, 2019 nationwide planting tree seedlings campaign. He said it is the day that Ethiopia shows its great image to the world people beyond planting tree seedlings. According to him, the artists will plant tree seedlings in Jimma, Bahar Dar, Hawassa, Dreddawa and Finfinne City.
Bahar Dar, Hawassa, Jimma,
These artists will plant tree seedlings in the place prepared for them, the place called Al-Kidan or Promise. in towns. They have the group of 10 members each. They will also play their role in unifying the people of Ethiopia. Artist Teodros stated that the day will enhance the integrity, unity and cooperativeness of Ethiopian people. Teodros called on the public to be the part of history makers for the next generation.
ችግኝ መትከል የሆነ ፖለቲካ ድርጅትን የመደገፍ ጉዳይ አይደለም። ችግኝ መትከል የተሻለች ሀገርን ለልጆቻችን የማስረከብ ጥያቄ።
Planting tree seedling is not about supporting a given political party. It is the issue of inheriting something better for the next generation. If we do so, we can change our generation's future. On the other hand, workers and ambassadors of Czech Republic to Ethiopia have planted 3 seedlings. According to the embassy, the workers have planted 50 seedlings. Ambassador of Czech Republic to Ethiopia, Pavel Mike, appreciated green economy campaign being undertaken in Ethiopia. The ambassador stated that though his country's economy is based on industry, 1/3 is covered by green economy.
Workers of Ministry of Peace are going to plant more than 100,000 trees in Dagam district of North Shawazon. The workers told Ethiopian news agency that they are eager to replace tree deforestation due to many reasons. Olma Paina.
It is obvious that climate change is becoming a global challenge. Tree seedlings are among fine suggestions that are often recommended. In Ethiopia, a campaign is already started which is initiated by Prime Minister Dr. Abiy Ahmed to plant 4 billion seedlings this fiscal year. Accordingly, more than 200 million trees are going to be planted across the country on July 26, 2019. Based on this, workers of Ministry of Peace are also going to plant more than 100,000 trees in Dagam district of North Shawazon. The workers told Ethiopian news agencies that they are eager to replace trees deforested due to many reasons. State Minister of Peace Almaz Makonde noted that all workers of the ministry and sectors under it are going to take part in the campaign and 40 trees are expected to be planted per person.
የቅድመ ዝግጅት ስራዎቻችን ኦልሞስት ተጠናቋል።
We have finished all the necessary preparation to actively take part in the seedling campaign, she said. Almaz stressed that conserving planted trees will be mandate of every citizen, especially people of the area have greater responsibility. Similarly, government workers of Horo Gudru zone are going to plant more than 11 million trees on July 26, 2019. We have been preparing holes where the seedlings are going to be planted. The campaign shouldn't be only digging holes and planting trees, rather it should also be conserving it. Chief Administrator of Horo Gudru zone, Jaba Adunya, called up on the entire people of the zone to actively take part in the campaign.
Scholars of political science suggested that to make Ethiopian election fair and democratic, the political parties should come on so as to create competitive political party. The scholars appreciated the government's effort to build peaceful and democratic state. Soricha Kapanicha explains.
Political science scholars Bakar Alami and Buzair Dagafa in an exclusive interview with OBN appreciated different measures being taken by the government to build peaceful society and a democratic country.
The Ethiopian government has been doing its best, as I observed, to build peaceful society, to maintain peace, to also build democracy among the people. These days the government has been undertaking people-to-people ties between regions or among regions, and this is very critical in building the federal system.
The scholars urged that to realize democratic country as well as peaceful and economic-oriented society, the government should complete its homework.
Rule of law must be ensured. Secondly, security must be also strengthened, institutions must be as well strengthened, capacity building must be also pursued. Oromia regional state government should do its role. The Tigray regional government should also do its role. Likewise, other regional governments should do their roles. Then accordingly, in every region, peace must be ensured, rule of law must be ensured, and then accordingly, cumulatively we will build together one economic and, as I earlier said, one economic and political society.
The scholars expressed that the contesting political parties and the ruling party must discuss on the ways to hold fair, free and democratic election, and they suggested that contesting political parties in Ethiopia should come together and create a strong and competing political party.
The concept of unity in Oromo is very strong now, but the concept of unity in Oromo political parties is low now, because when you look, they are fragmented, a lot of political parties, but what they say is about Oromo, Oromia and Oromoma, but one party is there, one party is there, one party is here. They say we all are fighting, struggling for Oromo. How all these political parties struggle for Oromo? Is there, how many Oromos are there? The consequence is, the first is confusion now. It confuses the public.
The government of Ethiopia is planned to create 40 million jobs over the coming 5 years. This was revealed at the second regular session of federal and regional job creation offices in Barda town of Amhara Regional State. We have the account. The government of Ethiopia plans to create 14 million jobs over the coming 5 years. This was revealed at the second regular session of the federal and regional state job creation offices in Barda town of Amhara Regional State Government. Dr. Ephraim Takale, Commissioner of Ethiopia's Job Creation Commission, said the government has targeted creating 40 million jobs over the coming 5 years and up to 20 million in the coming 10 years. He added efforts will be made to achieve the target of creating 3 million employment opportunities in 2020 fiscal year. Meanwhile, Ethiopia is working to send many employees to Asia and Europe countries. It was also noted that the country has been exerting efforts to make the same agreement with other countries. Director General of Foreign Job Placement, who is Minister of Labour and Social Affairs, Brahanu Abera, said many works have been underway to implement the agreement soon, adding the ministry is collaboratively working with different stakeholders and other sector organizations in the implementation of the agreement and other related things. It was also noted that as Poland, Japan, Canada, Germany and Russia have the interest to hire foreign employees, according to statement from the Minister of Labour and Social Affairs. Japan has announced 350,000 foreign job opportunities for Ethiopia and other countries. Similarly, Canada has announced 1,050 job opportunities for foreign employees. Ethiopian Sugar Factory announced that it is carrying out works to increase the product and productivity of sugar factories. The corporation has held plant and process conference here in Adamato. Leta Teresa reports.
Ethiopian Sugar Corporation has held a plant and process conference in Adama town. The corporation has reviewed its work performance. In an exclusive interview with OBN, Chief Executive Officer of Ethiopian Sugar Corporation, Wayu Roba, said that the product and productivity of Sugar Corporation is decreasing from time to time due to failure to conduct feasibility studies while expanding projects.
We have increased our factories to 8, 100,000 hectares of land developed with sugarcane, but the serious problem in sugar industry was its product and productivity's decline from time to time. Project expansion was launched without conducting feasibility studies. There was also limitation in relation to standard operation procedures, machinery maintenance and income. Due to all these factors, productivity was decreased.
Wayu accentuated that the corporation has been making reforms to back the factories of their previous product capacity.
Starting from last year, we have conducted researches in order to identify the problems why the product and the productivity of our factories decline. We have also made reform that has 10 packages to enable the factories get back to their previous production capacity.
Asked about the commencement of delayed projects, the CEO said some projects have been finalized, whereas the rest would be completed soon.
Sukara Omo lama xumurameera.
OMO 2 has been finalized, however, only performance guarantees work was left. Arjo has already started operation. Tandaho factory has also been finalized, though it has some problems with production. Besides this, Beles 1 and OMO 1 have been handed over to Chinese contractors in a bid, taking it from Metec. Operation has been started to complete Beles project. Works will also be started to finalize OMO 1. The first phase of Welkait project has reached 90%, whereas the second phase is above 50%.
Many thanks for your time. That's all what we had for now. Thank you very much for joining us. I'm Al Kamandum with the news. Have a good day.